Hi, welcome back to another book review. Today I will be talking about Stephen King's From a Buick 8. You probably know the tradition by now. First we look at the book cover, and I think that this one is really fantastic. This is a Slovenian translation. It's only Buick 8. In English it's called From a Buick 8. But anyway, it's a hardcover and you have this blue, evil looking Buick car, and it's really nice. I love it. I love the colors, what's this thing called? I don't know, they look like teeth, and this evil eye looking headlight, and yeah, I think the colors are just phenomenal. And on the back side you have the police car, and the story takes place on a police station, so you will see what I mean by this, why this car is relevant. But yeah, I think that From Buick 8 is really fantastic. It has a really fantastic book cover. I love it. So, what is this book about? Well, our main protagonist is this kid called Ned. And his father used to be a police officer at some police station in, I think it's Pennsylvania. And basically one day he gets killed by a drunk driver. And now Ned, he's still young and he likes to hang out at that police station, and he's trying to learn more about his dad from his police co-workers, and he hangs around the police station, he helps them a bit, and they teach him police stuff and all that interesting stuff. Until one day he looks at some old shed that they have behind the police station, and he finds something inside that he shouldn't have found. And basically he's like, yo guys, that old shed that you have behind the police station, I found an old Buick car. You never told me that you have an old Buick car. Like I wish I had a car like that. It's good looking. I could drive it. And the police guys, they are like, you know what? Let's just sit down. You found our little secret. There is nothing left to do but now but to tell you about it. So basically they all just sit down on the smoking bench that they have, and they start telling him stories about the Buick car, how they got it, and why it is not really an ordinary car. So the story goes something like this, and these are not spoilers, by the way. This is all written on the back side of the novel. So I think it's around like 20-30 years ago, some mysterious dude just shows up at the gas station, and he wants to fill the Buick with gas, and he just disappears. So the guy who works at the gas station, he calls the police, and they never found the guy again. And the police arrives at the gas station, and they take a look at the Buick, and the more they look at it, the weirder it gets. The more they found out this is no ordinary car. They have something special on their hands. Like, for example, the story establishes that it was raining for a few days, and the roads are dirty, but the car is completely clean. Like, there are no like grains of sand and dirt and debris in the tires, stuck in the tires. The tires are also completely clean. Steering wheel, they said the steering wheel is too large. The buttons of the radio, they don't turn, they are just there. The dashboard seems weird, like it's some kind of sticker, I think. And the wood type of the dashboard is also like no other wood type that they have seen. So it's not really an ordinary car. They don't know what to do with it, because the guy who drove it there just disappeared into thin air, and they decide to take the Buick back, and I don't know the word in English. I think it's confiscate. I don't know, but basically they take the Buick back to the police station and they put it in a shed behind the police station, and they just say, we're gonna leave it here until we found our guy who was driving this car. And one thing I would add is that one of the police officers, while he was investigating the car at the gas station, he said that when he was near the car, he felt some strange vibrations in the air, and also when he got inside the car to inspect it, he felt like the air was getting colder and colder than outside air. So, that kind of freaked him out a bit. But they don't think too much about it, and they, like I said, they take it to the police station. And until the same evening, I think it's the same evening, when one of the police officers mysteriously goes missing, and they have no idea where he went and what happened, but they all suspect it has something to do with the Buick that they brought back, and they know now that he is dangerous. And basically the majority of the story is structured this way. The current events in the book is about the police officers, the guys, sitting on the bench and explaining to Ned all the stuff that was happening in the past with the car, all the strange events that happened, and the experiments they did on the car to test how the car works and all that stuff. And it's basically a book is full of flashbacks, like the current events. Like I said, they are sitting on the bench, and then it's one flashback, then it's sitting on the bench again, then they start talking about another flashback and stuff like that. Now the story is a bit slower than some other stories. It doesn't have a lot of action in it, but I never really felt that it was dragging on or that it was boring, because there's something about Stephen King's writing. He could write how he's making a sandwich in the morning, and I would still find it interesting. I also like the relationship between the characters. I think the characters in this book are really well written, especially like the brotherhood between the police officers, and how they are friends with each other and how they help each other out and stuff like that. And I think this is one of the stronger points of this book is the characters. One minor thing that I would add about the characters is that you get the book introduces a lot of them in the beginning, and it's a bit confusing since you don't know who is who, but and they're all police officers, so you kind of mix them up a bit, but it's nothing really major, to complain. Still okay. I think that the Buick, the car, is a really interesting thing in this book. You could say a monster. Not really a monster, but you have to read it to understand. And I wish there was a bit more weird stuff happening with it in the story, because the stuff that is happening is really well written. Especially that one part, I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but that one part when the police station is almost empty, and two of the police guys bring back one guy that was driving drunk and beating his girlfriend. And if you read this book, you know what part I'm talking about and what happens with the Buick next at that part. And I think those pages in the book were really phenomenal. I love it. I fucking love it. I love what Stephen King did with it. So from all the Stephen King's books that I've read so far, I think this one is the slowest of them, but not really the like boring, just slow pacing, not a lot of action. Well, towards the end there is more action, but yeah. So if you like more slow-paced stories, this one is definitely for you. If you like more action-packed stories, then I guess From a Buick 8 is not really for you, but I would still suggest it to you to read it, because I think it's a really good book. Okay, so how would I rank From a Buick 8 from 1 to 10? Like I said, I think it's a good book, even though it's a little bit, on the slower side. Personally, I wish there was a bit more action, just a tiny bit more action, and also the book art is phenomenal. And would I give it 8 out of 10? I don't know. I mean, it's from a Buick 8, so I can't really give it 8, so I'm gonna give it 7.5 out of 10. So 7.5 out of 10 for a book from a Buick 8. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. Like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next book review video. Have a nice day.